Are you tired of all of the AI hype? Are you confused by the tools, the jargon, and the promises that never seem to stick? You're not alone, my friends. Welcome to the AI Edge, where we break the noise, decode the chaos, and give you straight up clarity on how AI actually works for real businesses. We're not here to pitch you tools, we're here to teach you tactics that transform. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. This is the AI show, Ed Show. And if you don't know, now you know. We are here every week talking about all things AI, Web3, fintech, metaverse, virtual reality, you name it, robots, we're talking about it. And so we're going to be sharing a couple of articles today. We're going to be showing you a tool at the end that's going to be to where you can actually go use it today in your business, in your brand, or in your personal life when you need people to be able to, when you have meetings and you have to, take notes and whatnot. So it's going to be an exciting conversation. Put your notebook in retirement. You talk, AI takes notes. Problem solved. That's it. That's what we do. We solve problems around here. And I'm here with my amazing co-host, Mr. David Jones. Mr. Jones, say hello to the people.
Hey, everybody. How is everybody doing today on this amazing Tuesday, July 8th? If you don't know, Tara and I birthdays are less than a week away. We're turning the big 42, 43. So it's going to be a pleasure. We are so glad that you guys have joined us. So definitely make sure, if you don't know, you should know, to come and join us in the Hello Plaza in Metaverse from your cell phone, from your laptop, from your iPad. And yes, get your grandma's VR headsets and you can come join us there as well. But if you guys don't know, this is a new experience. This is a new wave of, utilizing AI, and we continue to bring you guys the latest tips and tricks and news and strategies. And today is going to be a whirlwind of new information that we're going to be talking about. And so, as we get this party started, we definitely want to encourage you guys to put your notebook in retirement. You talk AI, you're taking notes, problem solved. And these articles today are definitely going to go even deeper into, what we're talking about, that we continuously showcase to you guys about utilizing AI, about utilizing these tools so you can stop being the janitor and you can really start being the president in your business, aka the visionary in your business, and really start the bad boy start working and rolling for you. And so with that being said, check this out. This first article that we have today is talking about work week 4 days possible with AI. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, right? When we do talk about AI and we do talk about, utilizing this new, this new technology, you guys definitely have to understand that we are moving already to, a 4-day work week. Because in all honesty, let's be honest, when you show up to work on Friday, you really ain't working. And I can say that from my experience in corporate America for 20 plus years. Friday was kind of like a give me. You show up to work, you're happy, you're excited. You have your coffee in the morning, you're having your morning meeting. You then, are going to lunch. And by the time lunch shows up, you out of there. Right? You are checked out. So in all reality, we kind of already have Friday off, or should I say, my experience, Friday was normally the cut up day. And then Thursday, was normally, almost already there. So this is really even taking us further back to understanding that, remote workers, even more, experience, or should I say, even more, out there. Especially when I was working, you had to show up to work. There was no, oh, I'm remote working from home. Oh, can I log in? Can I do that? No, be here or get fired. One of the two. But you better show up. And they didn't care how you showed up. You better show up. Or you were singing Little Teapot, or you were getting embarrassed in some shape, form, or fashion, which I look back on and I was like, man, we used to talk to people so bad. I used to get talked to so bad. And so, really being able to understand the Fridays are gone, remote workers, and then this AI creates more efficiency at the end of the day. And that's really what we're talking about. Especially, utilizing this AI, we get to focus on bigger strategic thinking. And at the end of the day, we get to create. On planet Earth, we were born and we're here to create. And that's what we want you guys all to understand, is that, that's what this AI allows us to do. It allows us to stop doing all the heavy lifting and stop trying to, come up with everything. Just start speaking to AI and allow the AI to work for you and for it to take on the heavy linking and thinking and the strategic thinking at that. Love, you got anything you want to add to that?
Absolutely. Did you share the 3 tips out of the article that the
That's
business
where I'm
owner?
going
Okay,
next.
perfect. I will not spoil the parade, because I was like, ooh, goodies. I didn't hear that. So yeah. But what I wanted to share about this is David's absolutely right. We're going to a 4-day work week to where it's going to be standard. And that's going to bring balance back into it. That's something that we talk about being here, living abroad, is that the balance that we really lose as working in America, whether you are working a position or you own your own job, we are just work. It's that grind, mode. And that no longer works because it burns us out. And AI is coming in to save that day to be 100. It comes in to make life easier. It's utilizing where we can shave off a whole workday on our schedule because it's able to work smarter, not harder. And it doesn't need to go to the bathroom. It doesn't have a bad day. It doesn't have a headache. It doesn't, oh, I'm hungry, I got to go take a lunch, yeah, those are all great things that we have to do for humans. But AI is really cool because it can be working 24/7 and really be on the Johnny on the spot to bring your customer base an experience that is almost instant. How awesome would it be to be able to talk to our customers instantly? So I'm all for this. And I really absolutely love the fact that we are starting to, as a whole, embrace AI to work smarter, not harder. And I know you guys are going to get tired of hearing me say, let's work smarter, not harder. But it's really the fact that that's the true ambiance here. We've really got to understand that we have been working, and we had to because we didn't have these tools. But now that these tools are here, it's kind of like, hey, why are you continuing to walk 7 miles each direction to work when you have a new Ferrari sitting in the car, or you have a Pinto? I mean, whatever you want, a Ford, a Camry, you got a car that has gas and works, and you're not using it. And that's kind of the silliness of what we do here. So, that's what I would add, Mr. Jones.
Yeah. And so, you were talking about, the 3 effective things that AI could help with. And so first things is that, AI for data. This is going to be a key way, key takeaways than, having to figure out this jigsaw puzzle at the end of the day. A lot of the times I remember from corporate America, having these spreadsheets, having to do Excel spreadsheets, and then you'd be handed, Excel spreadsheets, and it'd be like a jigsaw puzzle. Hey, what's going on here? Tell me what you see in this. And it's like, hold on, what are you talking? What is this? And so now us being able to implement this into AI, you can ask AI, hey, take this chart, take this PDF, take this file, and give me the key talking points and the things that I might be missing. That right there alone is so crucial for people to understand how easy, AI can make your life. Then when we talk about, collaboration, utilizing AI that can attend these meetings for you. We always talk about, man, I wish I had 5-10 more of me that can do all this work. And believe it or not, you all have that same ability right now that you've been asking for. And this is what we continue to share with people. You ask for these things and they show up. You wanted more time. You wanted more freedom. You wanted all of these things, and boom, they're at your front doorstep. And are you utilizing it is the key.
That is absolutely crystal the key, because you have to understand that really we use AI tools to synthesize and contextualize the data to create smarter solutions. There's CEOs that are doing it, so why are you not doing it? Like, this is where we have to understand doing things the old way is not always the best way.
Facts. So the first one was AI for data, right? The second one was AI for collaboration, being able to have AI join these meetings and take notes for you and things of that sort. Stay tuned. The third one is brainstorming. Me and Tara do this all the time. We're not gonna lie to you. We brainstorm a lot with our AI agent that we've been creating to be able to help us with our business, so we don't have to go and guess and think and use our feelings and use our emotions. And that's what happens a lot of the time in business, is that we allow our feelings, we allow our emotions, we allow our lack of knowledge, right, really stir us in a direction that a lot of the times, I'm gonna be honest, can be completely different.
Yeah.
And let me share this with you right now. You cannot just ask ChatGPT what to do in your business and think that that's going to be your ultimate guide. That's not how it works.
Well,
especially if you don't take action and figuring out if these things don't work, and you keep asking ChatGPT, how can I do this? How can I do that? How can I do this? And then you say, oh, ChatGPT doesn't know anything. Well, you didn't try it to figure out if it did or did not work. So you can get all these ideas from ChatGPT all day, every day. But if you don't take action and you don't press the button, your experience, right, your actual engagement, your actual, way of engaging with your clientele, and more so, a lot of the times when we do go ask ChatGPT these questions, you haven't given ChatGPT the right information to even know about you, to give you the right information, because it's only as good as the information that you have given it. And a lot of the times it doesn't know your target audience. It doesn't know where you're located at. It doesn't know who your customer is. Doesn't know what your clients are. Doesn't know what you're doing on social media. Doesn't know what new strategies or tactics or anything that you're doing in your business for it to give you the correct information.
Yeah, and something that I was going to add, which you jumped right in there and said, was a simple fact of experience coupled with ChatGPT. A lot of times, and I'll say it this way, because I could go ask ChatGPT for legal advice. Now, we all know ChatGPT is going to say, I'm not a lawyer, I can't give you legal advice, but I can act like I'm an expert within the legal field and share the law with you or something, right? And so my point being, same thing with medical advice, same thing with, I'm not going to look at a chart of, like last week when we shared the lungs that the doctor used, and ChatGPT was able to identify pneumonia in both sets of lungs, and the doctor was too. Now, if I looked at that, I would see some gray area, and I'd be like, I don't know what that is, So I don't have the expertise of a doctor, right? So my point being is, we have to understand coupling the expertise with the AI is where the solid gold is. I'm going to say this, just, a lot of times people are like, well, isn't AI going to eliminate you guys, like you and David and the Hello LLC, because of the services you offer? And I think that's what happens to everybody. You always constantly have to have an evolution and evolving in your services and your products. And so the short answer is yes. If we stayed stagnant and we did not evolve and show up with what clients and customers and other businesses need, then yes, we would phase ourselves out of a technology to where people could go use the tools that are being created. It's kind of like, for instance, you used to go transcribe something because you didn't want to have to, type it out or write it out now, or write a letter to wherever you were sending. Now you email someone instead of writing a hand letter. See the evolution? Same thing with your business as with our business. It is constantly evolving. And we've had people go, well, we could do the same thing that you do in ChatGPT. Yes, you could ask ChatGPT the same things that, of what were the services we provide. The difference is we have experience with that stuff. We have 22 plus years. I have 22 plus years. David's right at 20 plus years in corporate America. You know, that's over 40 plus years of experience coupled with AI that allows us to be able to serve gold to our clients and customers. You can do the same. You have an expertise, you have a customer base, you have a knowledge that I don't have. You know, an accountant has a knowledge that I don't have. We'll just use Miss Leah Garcia because I know she's always, you know, here listening, supporting. She has a knowledge base that I don't have in the financial and the insurance sector, and vice versa. And so this is where we have to understand, yes, we can use ChatGPT. Yes, we can use AI but if we don't have the expertise, the know-how to actually plug it in and push play and have an effective product show up or service show up, then at the end of the day, you're creating a little more headwind for yourself than you are getting a tailwind. So back to you, Mr. Jones, on that point.
Yeah. So, you know, that is a great, you know, first article that we went over that talked about the 4-day work week. And I know we're all excited about a 4-day work week. Unfortunately for an entrepreneur, you ain't getting that. That just means you got a little bit more downtime than anything, because as an entrepreneur, you are working 24/7, 7 times the work that you were working as an entrepreneur. But guess what? If you implement AI and you implement these new tools, I can assure you, you can get your time back. And you can ask a lot of our clients. And so this next actual article talks about no one likes meeting their sending AI to take notes instead, right? Yeah. So this goes directly into what we've been talking about before this article, well before this article, where people are showing up to the Zooms. Yep. People are showing up to you guys' audio rooms. I just seen it the other day. Somebody had a room going and they had it on Restream or StreamYard, and it was inviting people, and there was only one person, which was the main person that was doing the room. The other 4 people showed up with their camera off, and they were just talking with a circle. And that, my friends, is not interactive. That's not engaging. That's not fun. And nobody wants to look at an old, outdated catfish picture that people put on their profile from 5 years ago to showcase who they are, you know, and what they do. And so this is why we still continue to share with you guys with this AI, this new experience, this new engagement, especially if people are showing up to these crusty, dusty rooms, meetings, right, with their AI agents. And so they're using their robots. There was one gentleman on here that said he showed up to a Zoom meeting and there were 6 real people and 10 AI robots that showed up. And that's one of the tools that we're going to show you guys, is how you can have one of these AI robots show up for your meetings and take the meetings for you. And we highly encourage you guys to show up for that meeting as well, to have that human touch, which is the great thing about this metaverse. You guys can hear our voice. If we wanted to, we could turn on our camera, we could walk around, we could engage with each other. You see a talking avatar other than an actual circle. So it makes it a whole lot more funner. And the next thing that he talked about, right, was that, you know, the Zoom, the Google Meet, the Microsoft Teams, all of those are having the same, you know, experience, that more people are showing up with Otter robots or robots that listen than themselves. And the great thing about it is that he talked about, you know, is that Open AI. If you guys don't know this, now you can literally open up your Chat GPT on the side, and you can open it up, and there's an actual chat mode where it can take notes, right, for your actual meeting. Because let's face it, you know, at some point we're humans and we're going to forget. And I know from my experience taking notes, I'll take all the notes in the world on meetings and stuff like that. But my ass, first of all, can't read them, or I don't remember what I exactly wrote, or I didn't write it exactly to the T. And so it just becomes a whole bunch of gibberish and writing at the end of the day. And just imagine in a corporate experience, a business experience, right? Should I say that really, you know, we have to be able to understand this AI is to make you look so much better, so you're not the person having to do that. And so we're really getting to the age where nothing is forgotten. I mean, literally, we're going to have it where, you have a walking recorder that follows you around. I mean, you kind of do in your phone and everywhere else that's listening to you. But now we can say, hey, take notes of my whole entire day. And boom, here we are. So what you got on that, love?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things is that, people now can have a discernment of, and I think back to all the corporate years in my tenure. And guys, how many of you can remember meetings that you're like, I don't need to be a part of this meeting? Like, I'm not giving any information. I really don't need the information out of it. Like, this is a waste of hour of my time or whatever. And when you're a busy professional, whether you own your own business or you work for someone else, time is everything. And if you got to go to these meetings that are silly, that, you don't need to present any information or get any information out of, it comes down to the simple fact that a lot of times people don't understand that these AI bots can kind of show up and do things for you, And the thing that I would say now is the simple fact of having someone show up for you. And that's what the Zoom CEO was talking about, because he knows if they don't evolve, Zoom's dead. That's why they're coming up with AI avatars. That's why they're coming up with things. And he said the next evolution that they're going to come up with is an AI assistant that is almost an AI twin of yours that can show up, present information. Like, say you have a spreadsheet. It can show up and do a presentation on that spreadsheet. It will be able to show up and do a presentation on like a PowerPoint if you have something, like that, right? So it's going to be able to show up. Right now, it's just showing up to take notes and bring that information back to you, which is great if you don't have to participate in the meeting, and they're not going to bother. They're not going to mind that you're just you're just sending the AI assistant to gather your notes. What's different than sending a regular human assistant, right? Let's just be honest about that. But the cool thing is Zoom said, hey, we're going to have to progress with AI technology here, because if we don't, we're going to be out of business essentially. So yeah, it's just the evolution that we're in, and people. And guys, guess what? Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people love the fact that they can send an AI assistant because I don't need to be there, so that I can just have an assistant get the notes and come back. And some people that are hosting the meeting don't love it because they're like, they want a body, they want a live breathing human. And that's just us as humans and adaptation. We don't do well with adoption. So there you go, Mr. Jones.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, we're about to start our amazing AI bloopers. This is where we've utilized ChatGPT, and it has messed up completely and given us some funky looking stuff. And that is what we bring into you. And so buckle up. This is AI bloopers episode number 5. So here we go. And welcome to the AI bloopers. If you don't know what this is about, this is where we take ChatGPT, all these AI tools, and show you that communication is key. And sometimes these robots be trying their best, but they be gaslighting me like no other. And I'm pretty sure they do you too. Check this out. So meet Leah Garcia. She is an amazing financial strategist. This is her normal looking picture. ChatGPT, count your days. Now this looks nowhere near like her first original picture. ChatGPT, you wrong for doing my customer like this. I can't do her social media with that big ass head looking like that. Come on, you're gonna get me fired. So if you know me, I'm not gonna give up. And ChatGPT, you make it real easy for you to get cussed out. Now you gonna do this? You know what? I'm dead. What am I gonna do with this? Why y'all do Leah like that? Y'all better be glad. So I asked ChatGPT, create an image for buttons up for this with a Pixar character of a volleyball player. The only caption being this: she didn't just play sports. She played with purpose. You go see what I got. Now this is a nice picture and image. And this is what I got. Come on, ChatGPT. You didn't see nothing about her being angry, mad, upset. She looked like she want to kick my ass right now. But in all seriousness, I will say, ChatGPT, you getting a whole lot better. Here pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to do any AI bloopers. But wait, I just want to know, where did you see the splits in this prompt? Because that's what she's doing. So look, the future is here, and AI is getting better and better, as you can see by my baby avatar up top. You guys make sure you come and visit us every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and come and join the AI Edge. This event is always amazing, and you know the drill. Toodles!
Yeah, and that, my friends, was the AI bloopers of the week. We hope you enjoyed them. It's always entertaining and funny when AI gets the things put together. We're like, what the heck? So, yeah, I love the blooper segment. Thanks, love.
Yeah. So, as we move to our amazing case study, right, that we have, this is talking about, the MRI software that Otter, really has implemented that we're going to be able to talk about. And, it's really revolutionizing the way that companies are utilizing, their social media, or should I say their meetings inside, and really being able to implement this where we talk facts, not feelings. And just after 2 weeks of utilizing this case study, the ROI, return on investment, realized that after 2.5 weeks use, $150,000 was an annual savings for 26 personnel team. Let me say that again, $150,000 for just 26 people on a personal team. How many of you would love to get out of your dang meeting 20 minutes earlier from that one person asking this question or asking too many damn questions and won't shut up because you're ready to get out of the meeting? What if that was avoided, right? Where, hey, what about this? What about that? Shut up and go listen to the notes, right? And so that's literally not that rude, but you get it. It's saving time at the end of the day. And
you want to be telling people that sometimes.
You do. I'm just saying from my personal experience, and I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I might have been that guy that was asking too many questions.
Well, and it's not even that. To be honest, and it comes down to, as humans, we're naturally kind of lazy. So instead of us finding the answer, we're gonna go ask someone.
Yeah, facts, right? And more importantly, the use case was cross-function collaboration and onboarding and knowledge retention. Yeah. This is something that we continue to share with you guys, right? That a lot of the times it's about, the emotions. It's about, how can I make somebody feel during a meeting? And that's so important. But what happens a lot of the times is the knowledge gets forgotten. And the key pieces that you want people to remember, more importantly, right, is what's forgotten. And that's where this AI comes into place. Where this actual use case study was used in a real estate solutions and services that had over 4,000 employees. Okay. So don't sit here and say, oh, I don't know if it'll work for me. If it'll work for a company that has 4,000 employees, I'm pretty sure it will work for you. These guys operated in 7 different continents, should I say, 170 countries, and with over 45,000 clients. Okay. And so when we talk about, really being able to understand how important this is, the amount of data, right, that each individual, team, or should I say sector of a business takes, from an operations to a marketing to a technical side to a R&D side to the lawyer side. There's so much information that is held. And now when you have to take all those different meetings and then compile them and put them into one main meeting, nothing gets lost in transition. And this, my friends, is a huge piece of businesses, and why a lot of projects, a lot of things don't go right, or things get, pushed back because of lack of communication and effective communication. And so being able to utilize this AI, what was said, this is what he said, this is what they said, and this is what everybody said. And now we can go back and say, ooh, what about this? What about that? So not only that, meeting with clients. I know for us, this is huge. When we meet with clients, I literally can turn on my Otter and be able to share with the clients about our amazing business box, our Hello AI MotionWorks, our Pivot membership, all of our services, our metaverse. And then I get to say, hey, with this meeting, I can actually send you the notes so nothing is lost in translation, right? Well, David, you said this. Tara, you said that. Nope. Listen to the tape, baby. Here you go. Press play. This is what was actually said. And no, I did not say that our Biz in a Box was free. Okay. So this is where you really get to be preventative as we continue to share with our business owners to be preventative in your business, and implementing these tools into your business allows you to be preventative from coaching, right? From any type of meeting that you have, you get to utilize this tool as your benefit. And so this is where we encourage you guys to understand that the focus is knowledge, not just about sales or what you say or anything of that sort. It's about maintaining the knowledge and making sure people continue that. And so, as we move forward, we want to always thank you all for joining us today from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, from Twitch, from X, from our Instagram that is live. Of course, we're also live on TikTok to all of our TikTok fam. And if you guys don't know, I highly encourage you to go follow our brand new Hello Travel on TikTok. You guys know we moved to Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand to be exact. And so we have adventures on adventures and topics on topics about culture, about the differences between America and all the places that we've been, from Colombia to Mexico. So definitely, if you want to join, you want to visit, definitely go and follow us at Hello Travel on TikTok and YouTube. But Love, you got anything you want to share, backtracking on that article? I'm sorry, on the case study. You got anything you want to share?
No worries. The cool thing is I'm going to share a little bit more here when I jump into the ability to do the little mini class. That's coming next. So if you're watching, don't leave, because I'm going to jump into a little tutorial.
Look, y'all gonna get everything. You get shown how to do it. You get taught how to do it. Now we can even do it for you.
Yeah. We set up Otter for a couple of our clients, and when I have set this up for clients, I'll be honest, they stop and they go, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is amazing." Like, now I just go ahead and hit the go button when I go into a meeting, or if I'm on a Zoom, I just, do what I need to do to get it into where I have my they're recording. And the notes that I get back, like the feedback that we get back, like, guys, this is really, really easy to set up for, so, it'll be super easy for you to do it yourself, but it's because it's only a few buttons. But it's really cool to hear people reply back and say, "You know what? Thank you so much for setting that tool up, because it really is like my biggest tool. I use it all the time. It saves me so much time." And that's really what the whole point of this is why we share. Is it's not just us going, "Hey, David and Tara, we got this really cool AI tool you should use." This is why we share with you the use cases, other companies, what they're doing. So you guys understand this is not just us coming to you saying, "You should do it because we're doing it." This is big companies as well that are doing it. So yeah, that's what I would say. I know we're going to jump in and watch a little video here before I get into a mini class tutorial. So we'll jump in here and show that video before we move into giving you guys a little 101 class. And so here we go.
Still running your business on sticky notes? Still serving PTA flyer vibes with free word templates? Still stuck in that comfy little 2013 tech bubble for your business? AI called. It saw your workflow systems and it cried. Guess what? Your brand's in therapy now. Yeah, that comfort zone might be costing you more than you think. The Hello LLC welcomes you to go from chaos to clarity. We've been talking AI since before it was trendy, but now we're showing you how to actually use it. Real business use cases, automation hacks, and AI strategies that scale your brand now and set you up for the future. This is the AI Edge, powered by the Hello LLC. Streaming live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time from the Hello Plaza, our Metaverse HQ. Yep, join the Metaverse from your phone, laptop, iPad, even grandma's VR headset if she'll let you use them. Or if you're still holding on, catch us on the crusty, dusty 2D social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Either way, press the button, and let's upgrade. From chaos to clarity, let's work smarter, not harder. Buckle up, Buttercups, and let's explore the AI edge.
Absolutely. So there you go. That is the AI Edge, guys. We're so thankful to be able to share that with you. But now, who wants some tactics and tutorials and really how to use this bad boy? Because yeah, we hear you talking about it. And if you already know how to use it, maybe I might show you something today that you didn't know was even an option on this bad boy. So the beautiful things, guys, at the and the gist of this is that let's work smarter than harder and utilize our tools to work for us and not against us. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. And that way I can throw that bad boy up on the stage and take this one off the stage and add that to the stage. There we go. So you guys can see my screen now. So that way, that is the home page that you come into when you come into the tool. So first of all, what tool are we using? We're using Otter, Otter.ai, Otter.ai. Many of you probably have heard about it. It's a phenomenal tool. And the greatest thing about it is it's free. You can use this for free. You do not have to upgrade to a paid membership or a service to be able to use this. There's tools underneath there that you get to access that you don't get in the free version. But really, just for the plain Jane of it and what we use the free version of it. So that's the beautiful side about this, guys.
And if somebody's going to ask, oh, David, Tara, can you send me the link? I need the link. You need to go to our amazing Biz in a Box and hit that big old button that we have for an AI guide that has well over 35 AI tools that you can use. And this one is on that app that you, or should I say that guide, free guide that you can be able to get the link to go and start utilizing.
Free guide. That's a very good point that you point out there, Mr. Jones, is that it is free.
So it's amazing. People ask for these things, you give it to them, and you guys don't go get it. Go get it.
Go get it. So
press the button.
All right, there you guys go. I actually took our overlay off so you can have a little clean version so where you can actually see this whole screen. So that way you can't be like, Tara, I can't see your cursor. So up at the top, you can see that we have the Otter.ai right up here on the right-hand side. When you log in, if you do not have an account, you can just sign up for a free account and it'll, drop you right into this page. Now, everything here where it says in the middle today, July 8th, all of this will be all blank because you won't have any notes or recordings or meetings or anything in there that you need to access, right? So this whole middle section is going to be blank and it's going to be like, get started now. So a couple of things, housekeeping things before we just show you how easy this little application and tool is to use. Over here on the right hand side, you can create a workspace right here where you see my cursor floating. This workspace is like if you have a group or if you are, say you're in the marketing department and you need all of the marketing team to be on one group. This is where you would be able to create a workspace or if you have different clients that you have a lot of meetings with, you create a workspace with that client. It's however you want to group a set of individuals together with whatever roles that they perform within the platform that you're, working or producing in. So then you have your home right here. This is where we are at. So this is, again, going to be blank in the middle. You have your Otter.ai chat over here on the left-hand side. This is a really cool feature, guys. This feature allows you to have a conversation where Otter can go back through your notes. So how many of us know, man, I remember Jimmy said such and such in that meeting, and that meeting was like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I can't find where that directive was that Jimmy gave. And I know he gave it because, I read it in the notes and I remember him saying it. Well, instead of you having to go find it, the beautiful thing is you can use Otter.ai chat and it will go search your history, all of your notes to go find that conversation. And you can even tell it like, I remember it was on this day, we were talking about this. Or if you don't remember, you can say, oh, I think it was in this general vicinity and give some broad direction for it. And it will go find that. You can also ask it to, about pricing, maybe about what to-dos that you had out of the last meeting, again, this is an assistant, so it can go read your notes and it can come back and say, hey, you were supposed to get the biz in a box updated. You were supposed to add a button, Miss Tara. You were supposed to do this, this, and this. Let me tell you, my to-do list is very long. But anywho, it's not talking about Tara's to-do list, right? So that's the cool thing about the Otter.ai chat. And then search. Now, you might be like, well, what's the difference between the search button and the Otter.ai chat button, Tara? Well, to be frank, they're the same thing, but the search button does not have as deep of knowledge or abilities to go search. So it's going to kind of just search for keywords, and that's a really easy thing. But the Otter.ai chat is almost like an assistant to where you can tell it to go out, grab this section of the meeting that we had, organize that, put it in bullet points so I can copy and paste and send that to the client. Or go take the last meeting that I had with ABC company, process that information into what we talked about, what's to expected, the deliverables that will come back to them, and the to-dos that we're going to do as a company and the to-dos that they need to do as a company, right? You can have all these conversations with the Otter chat AI assistant, but not in the search, that's just going to search for search words, common keywords. So that's the difference, right? And then next we have over here is the app. I'm going to click on the app right there. Right down here. Here we go. Click, click, click. There we go. All righty. And you're going to see all these different apps. At the top, you have Slack, Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoom. As you can see, we already have our Zoom connected. You can connect your Dropbox. Again, this is something great to point out. We utilize, things like Dropbox and, cloud boxes, where cloud storage is what I'm trying to think of. Dropbox being one of them that we do use. But in order for us to connect it, we would have to upgrade. So this is a good point to show to you guys that if we wanted to connect Dropbox, which is then where they would send all of our videos, audio files, and transcriptions to, so that way it would save it into a folder on your Dropbox. Now, not different folders, but a singular folder. That's what you would be able to do. But that's an upgraded feature, so you have to pay for that, right? You can connect your calendars and your contacts through Google. Again, you can see that we've got ours connected. That is a part of the free feature. So those are the apps that you can connect within Otter to where it can come then and be an assistant to listen for notes and things like that it needs. Then down here you have channels. This is again where you can create a channel for like a group. Again, the marketing department, the sales department, whatever department that you want to create with under that workspace. So say you have a whole workspace of the Hello LLC. We have a sales department. We have a business development department. We have a marketing department. We have a design department. We have a project management department. We have an operations department. I could be able to make a different channel for each one of those, right? And then the direct messages right over here on the left-hand side. This is if you have anybody that you're working with in your team. Again, we don't utilize this as in a team thing where we have a multitude of players and all that. We strictly use this for transcription to where it will collect the notes that we have with a one-on-one meeting and then be able to organize that, format that for whether it's for us or to share with the client or potential client, right? So we don't have a whole lot of direct messages or channels and all that, but this is just where you can build into it. Imagine if you did have an entity or a business that did have a bunch of different layers that you needed an ecosystem that you needed to be able to curate some organization and chat channels that people could be able to jump into. So this would be another ability here on the direct messages. And then of course your folders here would be where you could save content. So if you did use this as a work and actually house your files here, you could have the ABC company that you do work for, and you could have all their transcription files in here. You could even host other files in here that you wanted to save. But again, that's kind of redundant because you have like Dropbox and cloud storage like that. So there you go. There's the rundown on the left-hand side of what all these little tools are. Let's come back up here to the Home tab as we dive in here. And I'll just jump in here to the live AI Ed show that we just did. I recorded about 8 minutes of this show because I wanted to step in here and be able to kind of show you guys how the formatting and information comes back into us, right? So let me back up one step. I'm so sorry, guys. Before we do that, let me show you what I pushed to even get there. In the middle here, up at the top, you see this blue record button right here in the middle. My cursor at the very top in the middle next to the import button. I'm trying to move my cursor, but there's a little bit of a lag so you can see it. But right there it is. If you hit that record button and you're on your laptop, that will pick up the microphone will pick up whatever conversation's going. So say you're actually in a meeting, a one-to-one meeting, face-to-face, live in person, you can turn on just the record button right here, and it will record the conversation that I'm having at this very moment. So you could be able to have a conversation, over coffee or whatever, and you could record that. However, if you were on a Zoom, right, and you have people that show up or that send you, a Zoom link that you could participate, you would copy that link that you're going to click to attend. And you would, over here on the right-hand side, it says record a live meeting. And I'm going to just kind of, there you go, make my mouse big so you kind of see the flashy of there you go. Over here on the right-hand side, you would paste that link right here, that URL link right here. And when you do that, it can read the time and the date of the meeting, so it knows when it needs to be there. What a good little assistant that is. It shows up on time, and it will show up. It will need access granted if they have to grant access to people into the meeting. Like, they have to grant you access. They'll grant the access to the AI assistant, one would hope. And then your assistant is in there listening. Now, the way that they, and I'm going to now jump in here to the live AI Edge notes. The way that the notes come back would be the same thing, whether I'm taking, I hit the record button because a live face-to-face meeting, or whether I'm in Zoom, it's going to collect all this information as it did here, as you can see. And it says the Hello LLC up here at the top. That's our account, right? Today at 9:26 a.m. That's your guys' time, because it's we're 12 hours difference, as you guys know. Over here in Bangkok, it's actually 9:26 p.m. So, but it shows up as the time of the meeting, 8 minutes long, and then I can click copy of the summary. So I can literally, instead of having to highlight all of this, I can just click this copy button right here in the middle, and it copies this entire thing. So look how cool this is. I literally clicked the blue button to say record. It listened into the conversation that Mr. Jones did on the use case. Let me spit my words out there. And then it comes back and curates it into a real nice overview, action items, and outline, and other things that need to kind of be addressed. You can go look at the transcript right up here. You have the summary and the transcript. We could click on the transcript, and we could go see what speaker one, which was Mr. Jones speaking, exactly what he said, and then what I said, and then what Mr. Jones said. And so it'll pick up speaker one, speaker two, and you can name speaker one, speaker two, so that way you know who those people were and in speaking. And even I do know some companies now, because that they're using this AI feature, when they start talking at the very beginning of the meeting, they go, hi, this is Tara. Everybody, of course, on the meeting might know who they are, but they say that so the AI assistant that is recording and transcribing can now know who speaker one or speaker two is by saying their name. So that's something I have noticed that teams are doing, humans are doing within their meetings to be able to assist AI a little bit within this. But anyways, back to this, the overview. The discussion highlighted the benefits of using AI in meetings, citing a case study where 26 person team saved $150,000 annually after 2.5 weeks. This AI tool enhanced cross-functional collaboration, knowledge retention, and a meeting efficiency across 170 countries and 45,000 plus clients. It facilitated accurate note-taking and prevented information loss, crucial for effective communication and project success. I'm not going to read the rest of it to you guys. I know it's kind of boring, but that's the summary and the overview that it gave us. Now, the action items that it collected out of this conversation was come follow the Hello Travel. So if you guys are out on TikTok, come find us at Hello Passport. and on YouTube, Hello Passports. We're starting to share a lot more about a day in the life of what we're doing as we run our business abroad. But anyways, that's one of the action items, was to come follow us. So it's telling you guys the action item. Another action item is to set up an AI assistant AI for your business. So there's another action item. And share the tutorial on how to set up and use the AI assistant, which is what I'm doing now. So I can check that off if I wanted to and see how I check that off. And it gives me a little, it crosses it out. Something I want to share about this is I think it's really cool that Otter.ai only doesn't transcribe. It also is a file keeper. It's a data keeper. It's a space to where you can have actionable items and information live to where you don't have to move this into your Dropbox or your company's files or systems or whatever, their server. You don't have to move this off of here. You can allow this to live online and come back and be able to access it. Yes, if you wanted to move into Dropbox, you can. But I love the fact that the action items are clickable. It is in-app clickable to where you are able to participate, and it's not just a static standard 2D copy and paste, right? So that's the action items, the outline, implementation of AI in the meeting notes, cross-function collaboration of knowledge retention, and it goes down and it basically just breaks out each subject and the 3-4 bullet points about that. So that's it, guys. That's literally the summary of how this works. You can click back out here and go into another meeting that you had. You can click start and record. Heck, you could, David and I use it sometimes just to record the message that we have between each other so it can see the transcription of what's going on and who said what, right? So there you guys go. That is the short, easy tutorial. I know I made it a whole lot longer so you guys could understand. I always, guys, love to give you guys a little bit of a deep dive, but the short, sweet is Otter, OTTER.ai, log in, sign up, whatever you need to do, click the blue button. That's it. 3 steps. I can't make it any easier than that. What do you think about how easy that is, Mr. Jones?
Well, as we talked about earlier, this is, making it to where we no longer have to remember things. And especially when you get to go in here and, pull up, certain clips. And then as you talked about, I forgot, what did this person say there? You literally can go into the search button and it can do that. Just as I recall like a year, 2 years ago, when we were doing our social media, that I was in my phone and I was like, dang, I wish I could go into my phone and literally ask, my phone to pull up this picture with that. And boom, here it is. We have that to where you can go back and ask your phone, ask ChatGPT, ask this Otter to give you this information to where you don't have to remember. I read a study the other day that, AI is making us a little bit, slower. I think more than anything, it's allowing us to really create more and do the things that we didn't know how to do in the past. And now we have all these amazing tools that really gets rid of our excuses of, I don't know how to do this, or I don't remember this, or what happened here. You implement AI and it disrupts all of that.
Yeah.
And so great overview, love, for you to be able to share with people how this all works.
And
I want to thank, go ahead. What you got?
Well, you were saying the AI on the right-hand side, the AI Otter Assistant, you can have a conversation so it can go back in and it gives you some prompts. So
yeah.
It's just the fact that AI is going to continue to stack on this and it's going to get better. So
yeah. And so, we definitely want you all to, be utilizing these tools. And look, make sure you go to the HelloLLC.io. And you're able to really be able to, download our amazing guide, our AI guide, that you can go and download this free guide that has Otter on it, has all these amazing apps that you can be able to go and download and implement. Some are free, some are not, some you need to pay for, right? Scared money don't make money. So definitely make sure that you're really, investing in your business and utilizing these things to your fullest. So as you can see on the screen, Tara has scrolled down to the amazing big button, big picture image that you'll see, the AI, right, guide, right, that you can go and get. That is $0. It's free. You hit that button, right? It literally takes you to where you can download it, and then it will also email it to you as well. So if you guys want more information, you want to learn more about what we're up to and how you can implement systems, automation, AI agents, book a discovery call with us, aka, like Leah says, a coffee chat, and learn more with us. The same thing that I was sharing earlier. You're asking for it, and you're praying for it. You're meditating on it. And because we're so stuck in our ways, it shows up right on your doorstep, and you decide to turn it down and say no. And this is what we remind people, is that you ask for these things and they show up right in your face. And so you guys make sure that you definitely also make sure you join us on July 25th at 9 a.m. for our amazing Getting Naked podcast, where the conversation is going to be AI saved our relationship, Tara and I's relationship. And we're going to share with you guys, how this has really changed.
Oh boy, how did AI save our relationship?
AI saved it a lot.
It did.
Real talk.
We're not going to give it away. You got to come listen.
We're not going to talk about it, but it definitely saved.
But we're going to tell you how.
A lot from our relationship, our business, our finances, in all areas of our life, of being able to implement this AI. So definitely make sure, once again, come and join us in the metaverse. Be a part of this podcast, one of the only podcasts in metaverse that you can be a part of. Everybody else is pre-recording their podcast, having a guest on their podcast, the same boring conversation, same questions that people are talking about, when you can actually, and a lot of the times, Tara knows this more than ever, you listen to podcasts all the time. And how cool would it be that you can actually be in the podcast and ask questions and be part of it? How cool would that be, love? That you could be able to do that.
It would be, and not just be like in a chat channel, be able to show up and be like, hey, I got a question. Hey, I have a question. And that's what we do. That's what the ability that you get to do come when you come experience our podcast.
And that's the huge.
You don't just have to show up in the chat channel. You can show up in person and have a conversation.
Yeah, come join us live, or guess what? You can go and listen to us on Spotify, on Apple, on all these other crusty dusty channels as usual, right? But we really want you guys to engage in the future, because look, this is going to be a moment. This is going to be a moment that, just like 9 years ago when David got on live and I was telling people and sharing with people, hey, AI is here and it is going to take your job. And do not be afraid. And people looked at me crazy. I got comments back. I got my own family friends being like, AI is not going to take our job. You are crazy. That's not going to happen. You should see the hate messages that I had. 9 years later, it's here, my friends. And once again, we're sharing with you the future of where we're going again. And especially those people that didn't believe me then. This is another one of those opportunities that David and Tara being, ooh, look over here. Look over here. There's something going on over here, as we have in all aspects of our life. What you got, baby?
Well, as we wrap up this amazing show, I just have to say, David and I, someone just, had asked, I think Jay had asked, oh, you guys are in Thailand? He's a foodie. So I know he's going to be loving the fact that we got some foodies over here. But my point being of why I was sharing this was, oh, you guys are in Thailand. Yes. A lot of people ask us, why'd you move to Thailand? And we're like, well, I don't know. We just moved to Thailand. It was next on the list. We wanted to, the kindness, the people, the environment, the culture, all that.
Go listen to our podcast.
Listen to the podcast. But what I wanted to say is that David and I seem to always kind of be ahead of the 8 ball. And what I mean by that is, we left Mexico, and we left Mexico because David and I felt like, hey, we're probably going to need to get out of Mexico as being living abroad and move on down the road to the next destination. At that point, we didn't know it was Thailand because we talked about that about a year ago. And we said that because we're not so sure with what's going on a geopolitical side that we're going to be welcomed here in Mexico. We'll just leave it at that because it's not a political conversation, right? My simple point is, Mexico's not too happy to have digital nomads right now. They're protesting digital nomads. We left in when we said we grown because we knew this was coming. So I'm not sharing this to toot our horn or brag or say, look, you listen to us because we know what's everything. No, we don't know everything.
We listen to facts.
But the thing is that we share with you guys when we think, hey, something's moving. This is moving. This is shaking. This is, you got to, and that's just because of the expertise, the intuition that we have from what we're tuned in with what we do. Again, we don't know everything, but what we do know is the things that we do. And so when we share with you guys, hey, 9 years ago, AI is coming. AI is going to take, positions. And yes, it's going to take 750 million jobs and replace it, but a surplus of 150 is going to put back 900 million. So we get a surplus of 150. Point being is, we shared that. We're also sharing with you guys like fintech for so long, about how fintech was going to show up in this world and be able to revolutionize the financial system, right? And so this is where we share with you guys, simply get curious about what we share with you. You don't have to take our advice. You don't have to say, oh, David and Tara said it, so I got to go do it. No, we don't want you to do that.
Go research.
But we want you to get curious. We want you to go go do your own research, so you have your own knowledge base, so you can talk about it in a manner that you are educated on, and not just because David and Tara said. So that's what I'll say. I'll park my scooter there. Just please allow the breadcrumbs that we drop for you guys to be breadcrumbs that, will be on your be a crouton on your salad, and give you nourishment.
Yeah, something that
I don't know how nourishing croutons are, by the way.
You don't like croutons. No, stop lying. No, you don't. Okay, here we go. I got a text for you.
Conversation.
Did you eat your
No, I knew you were going to ask
exactly.
that. I don't like croutons out of the box and all that. Now, I used to make homemade croutons at a restaurant I worked in high school, and those were fire. I would eat handfuls of those croutons. But no, I don't like the box croutons.
Exactly. So, guys.
We digress.
Anyhow, this is where you really, we encourage you guys to, and we're being dead serious, we might be fun and games and jokey, ha, 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 but we're serious. Things are shifting. Things have been shifting. And the things that we talked about last year are now coming to fruition. These AI robots that we're going to showcase even more goes along with AI. And this AI is nothing more than an assistant. And as we move utilizing AI and Web3, and even getting more into this new technology that is just blowing me away day by day. And I think we're going to start doing some additional news as well, that you guys definitely come and follow us on our TikTok channel and all social media. So with that being said,
you know the drill.
We're going to leave you guys with the amazing images, or should I say a little chat from our Getting Naked podcast that you definitely should check out and go and listen to. You can go listen to the latest podcast out that was talking about the American dream is getting out of America on the HelloLLC.io. So here we go.
When David talks about the fact of the food set now, I know Americans are like, oh no, we don't do food set now. And it's because of, salmonella and all of these other things that could happen. And you just have to use your best judgment here. You can, a lot of times people will have, it depends on where you're at. If you're out at street food, yeah, like if you're not used to the street food here, you kind of want to make sure that you are using your best judgment. Unless you don't mind having to, stick close to the bathroom for the next 2 days. Whatever you choose to do, right? It's not gonna, it could kill you. It's never, I won't say that, but I will say the fact that use your best judgment. We've had a friend here that we've met, and he's like, nah, leave the street food alone. And that's because he got sick. But he also said I was eating things that I probably shouldn't have. So, that best judgment thing comes down. When David talks about the fact of the food set now, I know Americans are like, oh no, we don't do food set now. And it's because of, salmonella and all of these other things that could happen. And you just have to use your best judgment here. You can, a lot of times people will have, it depends on where you're at. If you're out in street food.
Are you an innovative entrepreneur or business owner ready to embrace the future of business transformation?
The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and it's crucial to adapt and pivot towards success in this dynamic landscape. At the Hello LLC, we are dedicated to guiding you through this transformative journey. offering a comprehensive suite of services that extend beyond the metaverse and 3D immersive experiences.
Our mission is to empower businesses and brands by assisting them in building, branding, systemizing, and automating their operations. We specialize in steering businesses from a two-dimensional existence to a thriving three-dimensional presence, where opportunities abound.
We help businesses harness the power of technology to work smarter, not harder, enabling them to operate efficiently and stay ahead of the curve. Our diverse range of services includes:
Our Biz in a Box is a complete business solution package designed to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey. From strategic planning to digital infrastructure, we've got you covered. Your one app, one tap solution.
Our Motion Work AI videos transform your brand storytelling with our cutting-edge AI-driven video production, captivating your audience like never before.
Our 3D VR environments will step you into the future of immersive experiences. With our custom 3D virtual reality environments that engage and captivate your customers.
Lastly, in our Pivot membership program, we offer tailored guidance and support to either show you, teach you, or take care of the transformation process for you.
According to a 2023 study by Fundera, a staggering 28% of small businesses in the United States do not have an online presence. This statistic underscores the importance of embracing digital transformation. Having a website is more than just an online presence, it's a gateway to unlocking numerous benefits, including reaching a broader audience, showcasing your products or services, generating leads and sales, establishing trust, providing customer support, and maintaining competitiveness within your industry.
The Hello LLC is committed to helping you excel in all these aspects of modern business, not just limited to the metaverse alone.
Why should you choose the Hello LLC to navigate this transformational journey?
By partnering with us and harnessing cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, reduce operational costs, and enhance brand recognition, all while working with a company that holds integrity in high regard. Our commitment to ethical and principled business practices ensures that your journey towards success is not only innovative, it is also firmly rooted in trust and transparency.
Don't wait. Take the first step towards a brighter business future. Contact us today to explore how we can support you in developing a remarkable digital presence and immersive experience that will leave a lasting impression.